Hi guys, this is for 5th grade and this is your lesson 127, and lesson 127 is on page 229, so if you want to go ahead and turn there. Dividing mixed numbers by fractions. Now I know that I didn't really do a video that talks about, I did but it was brief, video that talks about dividing fractions. I'll do a very short review of dividing fractions. There are two ways that you can divide fractions. The one that I teach is the inversion method because it is the simplest method. Because it's very similar to multiplying fractions. The inversion method is very similar to multiplying fractions. You just have an extra step in there. Because we already know how to multiply fractions. We already know how to cross cancel. We already know how to do that. So let me give you an example of just dividing a regular fraction. Let's see, a couple examples. I'm just pulling some from your book actually. So let's do 8 divided by 4/7. Let's do that. 8 divided by 4/7. And you guys already know that when you have a whole number, whether it's multiplying or dividing, you always put a 1 under the whole number. So let me bring that 8 down, put a 1 under the 8. But here's where the inversion method comes in. I'm going to change that division symbol to a multiplication symbol, and I'm going to flip that second fraction. Okay, that's inverting it. I'm flipping it over. So it becomes 7/4. Okay? Now I'm going to cross cancel. Now I'm going to work this problem out just as though it were a multiplication problem. I'm not flipping anything again. And you always flip the fraction that is on your right. You always flip this one. Okay? Always. So now I can cross cancel. The 4 and the 8 can both be divided by 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. Now I can multiply because 7 and 1, there's no need for me to cross cancel there. 2 times 7 would give me 14. 1 times 1 would give me 1. We know this is an improper fraction, so you would divide the 1 into the 14, and it would give you 14. That is your final answer. Let me show you an example with 2 fractions. So let's do this. 7/8. 7/8 divided by 14/15. So 7/8 divided by 14/15. Okay. Same thing, bring the 7/8 down. Nothing's going to change there. Change the division symbol to multiplication. Flip that second fraction. So this becomes 15/14. And what this does for me, again, now I'm going to cross cancel. Now this is just working out a multiplication problem that you guys already know how. So the 7 and the 14 can both be divided by 7. 7 divided by 7 is 1. 14 divided by 7 is 2. 7 times 15 is 15, of course. 8 times 2 is 16. And I am not able to reduce that fraction. So my answer is 15/16. Okay? And really the whole idea of cross-canceling is that you're reducing the fraction before you multiply it. That's the whole reason behind it. Please check though every time you finish a problem, just make sure, because sometimes we may not have cross-canceled, we may not have reduced it all the way in the cross-canceling process, okay? That's possible. So just make sure you check your answers when you're finished. Okay, so for today's lesson, dividing mixed numbers by fractions, and I'm just gonna jump right in to the work, I want you guys to look at number 3, section 3, letter A. Section 3, letter A. They go through a long explanation, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. But I think you guys already know how to multiply with mixed numbers, so we're going to talk about dividing with them. So number 3A is 2 and 2/5. So 2 and 2/5 divided by 3/10. Divided by 3/10. The first thing you have to do, just if you're multiplying, you would have to do the same thing. You have to change the mixed number to an improper fraction. Multiply 5 times 2. Okay, the 2, this is the whole number here, 5 times 2, which will give you 10, and then add the 2 in your numerator here, giving you 12. So you have 12/5 now. You just changed your mixed number to an improper fraction. Everything from here is exactly the same. Change division to multiplication. Flip that second fraction. Okay, becomes 3/10. Oh, I'm sorry, not 3/10. Sorry about that. It'd be 10/3. Apologize for that. So 12/5 times, and we flip that fraction, becomes 10/3. I can reduce, or I can cross cancel. 3 divides into 3, it also divides into 12, so 3 divided by 3 is 1. 12 divided by 3 would be 4. The 10 and the 5, both divided by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 10 divided by 5 is 2. Multiply across. 4 times 2 is 8. 1 times 1 is 1. Improper fraction, so divide the 1 into the 8, and it'll give you 8. So the whole number 8 is your final answer there. Okay, let's do, let's go ahead and do one more. Letter C, I will tell you, letter C, we'll do letter C. It's a little bit larger number. You can cross cancel. So the only reason I'm doing this one is just to show you guys you can cross cancel. Letter C, 7 1/9. So 7 1/9 divided by 4/15. Divided by 4/15. Let me check myself, make sure I'm correct there. Yes, 4/15. Okay, 9 times 7. What would 9 times 7 give us? Okay, for some of you who are not as fast with your multiplication, I would practice them. Okay, but your 9 times 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so it gives you 63. So 9 times 7 is 63, plus 1 would give you 64 over 9. Change your division to multiplication. Flip that second fraction, so 15/4. And you can divide here. Both 9 and 15 can be divided by 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 15 divided by 3 is going to be 5. Okay, and then you can cross cancel between the 4 and the 64. 4 can be divided by 4. 64 can also be divided by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 64 divided by 4 is actually going to be 16. And then you can multiply across. Okay, so 16 times 5 is going to give you 80. 80, and then 3 times 1 is 3. Obviously, that is an improper fraction. Matter of fact, I'm going to write it a little smaller so I have a little bit more room here. So 80 over 3. 80 divided by the 3. Okay, or 3 divided into the 80, however you want to say that. Okay, is going to actually give us 26. 26 and 2/3. And that will be our final answer. 26 and 2/3. Okay, and just so you guys know, that was 3C. 3C. The last one, I'll go to letter E. Letter E, this will be our last one. 1 1/7. 1 and 1/7 divided by 3/14. Divided by 3/14. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 1 is 8, so it'll be 8/7. Change division to multiplication. Flip that second fraction, so it'll be 14/3. Okay, we cannot cross cancel between the 8 and the 3, but we can the 7 and the 14. 7 divided by 7 is 1. 14 divided by 7 is 2. 8 times 2 gives me 16. Okay, 1 times 3 gives me 3. 3 goes into 16 how many times? Well, 5 times, because that would give me 15. 15. Well, what would 16 minus 15 be? 1. So it leaves me with 1/3. 1/3. And just to work this out, to show you guys exactly what I did here, dividing the 3 into the 16, this is what I was doing. 3 goes into 16 5 times. It gives me a 15. 1. Write the remainder as a fraction. 1/3. Remember, this is always, your divisor is always your denominator. Okay? All right. So if you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me. Let me know. I'm hoping this video helps some. And again, let me know if you need any help. Talk to you later.